I'm Rocky Wool. I'm actually a third-year internal medicine resident right now, and we'll be starting cardiology fellowship here at UK July 1st. I think there are a lot of reasons as to why I chose, and I'm excited to stay here. Training here for the last 3 years, it's very apparent that at UK we see some of the sickest of the sick patients in the country. And so I think the opportunity to continue to see that level of acuity of disease, that amount of pathology, was exciting to me.
So I'm Zariat Mannan. My nickname is Raya. That's what most people that I'm close to call me. And I'm a first-year cardiology fellow here, and I'm going into my second year. I primarily applied because I had heard about how strong the clinical program was and the fact that there was an opportunity to be as academic as you wanted to be. Where I came from, my residency program, the chairman of our Heart and Vascular Institute there had trained here and had been on faculty here, so I had already seen what the program was capable of producing. And on top of that, a lot of the graduating residents had ended up here, so it felt like the philosophies of the two programs in terms of clinical excellence and academic progress were related, and so I thought I'd be at home here.
So I had an interest in cardiology for a very, very long time. I was one of the few on the first day of medical school. I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I looked pretty broadly all across the Southeast, really the whole eastern half of the country, when it came time to apply for fellowship. And it's just an incredible place to train and really to live. It's still got a southern feel to it. Growing up in the Southeast, the city's a great size for me, and then the program was just outstanding.
My name is Julie Shelton, and I'm the Chief Cardiology Fellow at the University of Kentucky. Well, I did my residency here and had the opportunity to work with all of the faculty from the department at that time. I had such a wonderful experience on the CCU and the inpatient cardiology service, and I was also able to rotate through their clinics. When I went to see other programs, I found myself comparing hours, and it was going to take something really special to pull me away from the University of Kentucky, and I never found another program that I thought could provide the same level of experience as UK does.
University of Kentucky wasn't on my radar until one of my colleagues from medical school accepted a position here as cardiology fellow. With his experience, I took the opportunity to apply and then come visit. I was lucky enough to receive an invitation. And once I got here, I fell in love. I fell in love with the program. The faculty are very supportive, friendly, knowledgeable. The camaraderie within the fellowship, within the fellows, is second to none with different places that I had applied. Looking at the institution in the area itself, Kentucky is unique in the fact that we are very diverse from a socioeconomic standpoint, and therefore we have a great range of pathology that I think is unique to Kentucky.
For training purposes, the pathology that we have here, I think you're going to see everything, and it's going to prepare you to go wherever you want to go after this. And the opportunities that we have in somewhat of a smaller program with our attendings and from a research standpoint are second to none here, and our access to support is also excellent.
Our program here is very strong, and it offers rotations in multiple subspecialties of cardiology. That includes imaging, that includes interventional, EP, and heart failure. So on a day-to-day basis, we have these rotations where you would come to work, take care of patients, round with the attending, and then, essentially study after you are done. Every rotation has its own structure in terms of when you have to, round with the attending or what time you have to go over cases. For example, for imaging rotations, usually the teaching is in the afternoon. For interventional cases, you have to be here in the morning and do cases and go over things with the attending. So it depends on which rotation you are on. But essentially, there's plenty of pathology here in our hospital. We see a lot of patients from different, referred from different places, and there's a lot to learn here.
We're kind of in a unique circumstance here at the University of Kentucky where, one of the main academic institutions of the state, especially when it comes to our catchment area. So what I mean by that is that we get patients from really every walk of life here, whether they're Lexingtonians that just live down the street or someone that's from the very rural portions of the Appalachian region of West Virginia. We get referrals in from everywhere, and so really you can see any walk of life and really at any stage of the disease process that I think makes it a unique experience here. In particular, that lands to our opportunities here at UK being the transplant center of the state with ventricular assist devices as well as heart transplants. Being able to be the definitive care center in the entire state and get referrals in from the sickest patients within this state, West Virginia, and really a very large catchment area. It's kind of a humbling experience. And it allows you to just see, like I said, the really wide breadth of disease processes.
I initially me and my wife went to medical school up north a little bit and looked at a wide variety of programs because we were a couple of matching together, which means it's a little bit more difficult to find a program. So we went on probably 25 interviews, and we liked my wife, I remember her calling me from her interview and saying how much she loved the city and said that I need to move up my interview from when it was scheduled in January up a little earlier because she liked the city so much. And then when I came here, I was immediately attracted to the other people that were around, the other residents. And that made me initially choose my residency here. And then very quickly, it was the faculty members and other cardiology fellows that made me want to stay for fellowship, especially in the cath lab as I wanted to do interventional. I really enjoyed working with a lot of the faculty members, and I knew I would get an excellent training here, so that's why I ultimately decided to stay for now everything, my residency, fellowship, and my interventional training as well.
I kind of did a different track, where I wanted to build a little bit of an emphasis on women's cardiovascular health, and I was able to build a niche clinic in the women's cardiovascular, traditionally non-fellows clinic, and I was able to do that since my first year on as a fellow, which I think is unique. And something that might not be able to be accomplished right out of the gate. We were able to do that, given the support that I had from both Dr. Wells, one of the senior faculty, and our program directors.
What people look for in the application process really is individual. I think if you ask 10 different people, you may get 10 different variations of a similar answer. There's very objective things I think applicants look for, myself included, in what are you going to be exposed to, because you have to come out of your training an excellent clinical general cardiologist. And we really have that here. We're clinically busy and the work is there. There's plenty of work to do, but it's very manageable, and we have a lot of support from our program leadership as well. But in addition, we have all of the advanced fellowships, whether it be heart failure, electrophysiology, interventional cardiology, and we have an outstanding advanced imaging group here as well. So just that exposure trickles down into your training as a general cardiologist, and all those tools and resources you have.
There's such a collegial and friendly learning environment that's created here, whether it is your attending physician on an internal medicine service, or if you have a question to one of the subspecialty cardiologists, they're always available and more than happy to reach out, even if you're not working directly with them. I can't tell you how many times I've read an echo report or seen a study that I had some questions on, and I knew that I could call the reading attending on that study and ask them questions, and they'd be more than happy to answer those for me.
I'm finishing my fellowship, and the thing that I'm finding that I'm having the hardest time leaving is the people. I've developed so many strong relationships with my attendings over the last 3 years that that's huge. You can learn cardiology anywhere, but you want to learn it in a place where you feel supported and that you're able to follow your interests and do the things that you want to do, and I feel like I've had that experience here.
Take a look at the people that are involved in the program, the faculty members, as well as the fellows themselves. I know it's difficult with more of a virtual recruiting session happening here this fall, but if you can take a look and see how the fellows interact with one another, if they're happy, if they have life outside of the hospital, if they really enjoy what they do and would do it again, I'd say is the biggest thing.
As a senior fellow, if you ask me, if you go back in time, would you rank University of Kentucky as #1, or would you want to come here to University of Kentucky? Yes, the answer is absolutely yes. I would come back and start the fellowship here all over again.
You know, I work in the cath lab a lot, and you know, there are people that I would almost even like to take with me someday when I move on to actually find my adult job one day when I grow up. But I mean, I still love talking to them, talk to them outside of work. I text them when things happen. I mean, it's great to have people that you love working with on top of a job that you like.
UK, the Gill Heart and Vascular Institute, is a hidden gem. Most people don't realize how amazing it is because they don't look for it. I feel very fortunate that I chose the Gill and the Gill chose me. And I would say that we want the type of people who love their career and love cardiology and want to go through challenges to become stronger, and also because they want to be here, either because they love Lexington or the faculty here, and the type of person who wants to come here and make the program stronger, because we all really care about each other. We are always genuinely interested in helping each other out so we can get through everything together, because this is a difficult field to be in, but I'm very, very happy to be here. I truly love the people I'm with.
It's just really a great place to train because I think not only is the culture such that they want to give us everything we need to achieve our dreams as fellows in training, but that the people in those positions that can make that happen really do enjoy it, and they like thinking outside the box and creating a training model that really is specific to each fellow themselves.
You know, I was pleasantly surprised about how homey it felt. Basically just, even the fact that we have a larger fellowship program with, 7 fellows a year, it feels small. And I think that our program leadership is to thank for that. So I think that, I felt that even though it was a larger size of program, I was really surprised about how small it feels and how close I feel to my co-fellows.
I think everyone is truly genuine. I think they're here for the right reasons. I think teaching is at the forefront of everyone, and they're also just good people.